speedrunslive.com for more information and a handy stream list there. While we're getting set up, I am going to update you on the donation incentive for F-Zero GX, which at the moment is rather close to being met. We are looking at under $100 for very hard mode. Now, I'd like to point out that the description we have for very hard mode for F-Zero GX simply says, unlike many games, GX actually means it. So if you want to see an absolutely stunning run in F-Zero GX, please go ahead and donate for that. And I'm going to get one last donation from the Castlevania block out there, and it is merely from Anonymous, and it's $50, and it says sub 18 in a marathon. Ram, stop. I've got a $10 donation from Andrea Jakes. Hello, I'm loving this stream and I've lost a few close ones to cancer, so this really hits home for me. I would love if the chat would continue to be a wealth of information. Shout outs to all the speedrunners and hope you guys have a warm rest of the week. You clearly don't know about the polar thing hitting us right now. It is very, very cold outside. But thank you so much for your donation. So let's look forward in time a little bit. We do have the F-Zero GX hard mode that is almost complete. There is another F-Zero GX donation incentive, which is to give 25-second head start to Deathborn. That still needs some help. Okay, so I've got to ask the folks in the audience, are you ready for some good news? We just broke $330,000. So a big thanks to everybody out there that has reached into their pockets and donated to this amazing charity. We wouldn't be where we are today without you. So thank you so much to all of you, and our humblest thanks. So now we're going to see a little bit of Mario Kart 64, and are we ready to go?
Yep. All right. All right, so I'll just give you 3, 2, 1, go. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so in Mario Kart 64,
this is 150cc.
it is, yeah. So the main component for going fast is this drifting technique called mini turbos, and it's actually pretty nuanced for this drift. It's pretty hard to master, and it can take a long time to do that. So part of the reason it's difficult is because you can't really toggle inward as soon as you might think you might be able to. You kind of have to wait, and that timing can be difficult. So.
One thing worth mentioning is that a lot of the Mario Kart 64 community masters time trials, which is on 100cc, whereas this is 150cc, so everything's a little faster. He has to react a little quicker.
It's also possible to spin out if you miss your mini turbo, which is not possible in time trials. The other thing you'll see Mark doing a lot is after he successfully gets a mini turbo, after he builds it up to a red charge, he'll do what we call gliding, which means he needs to straighten out quickly and then not change direction after doing that. So he then takes advantage of the boost that he got. If you were to hop right away or turn, you would lose the boost.
One thing that'll become apparent is there are a lot of shortcuts and glitches that you can exploit.
This track right here actually doesn't have any glitches, so if there's any donations, it might be a good time to read them now.
Okie dokie. So we have $50 from Nashru. Shoutouts to all the runners and crew making this event possible. Put this $50 towards F-Zero GX very hard. And that was actually the donation that put it over the edge. That has now been met. Thank you, Nashru. We have $20 from Anonymous. Glad to see this kind of thing was happening. I was oblivious to it before this year. Thank you to all the speedrunners and everyone else making this happen. I have $18 from Brooke Whitaker. You didn't read my donation last time, so you have incurred my wrath and made me do it again. I'm kidding, of course. I was going to do it anyway. My heart goes out to everyone who suffers or knows someone who is. When donations are read, my face contorts into a real-life Bible thump. Rest in peace, Twitch chat. I'm going to donate again, but let's pretend I need an incentive. Can everybody in the room say, hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
Okay, and a good incentive would be to donate towards Mark playing extra on Toad's Turnpike.
So 113, how is that? That seemed pretty quick.
Not bad. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm actually holding start during this transition, and Drew actually was able to task that transition, and holding start and tapping A is about as optimal as you can get during those transitions.
Yes, so holding start lets you fast forward during a portion of it, and tapping A advances the other screens.
So that jump there, that's not really considered a skip because it was obviously designed into the game. And what I'm trying here at the finish line is actually a finish line manipulation glitch. If you go far enough to the right, for a few frames, the game will actually think you're no longer in first place, and you'll be able to get 8th place items.
And
So
he's well, go ahead. Sorry.
No, so obviously for the 8th place item, you're going to try to get like a star or a golden mushroom. There we go. So I did it, but it didn't actually help me.
Yeah, you can't get that in first place normally.
Yeah.
But that's actually has potential to hit him.
Yeah.
So yeah, to be clear, for like a split second, it thought he was in 8th place, and it gave him a power item.
Right.
Ideally, that would be a speed item, like a mushroom or a star or something. Red shell's probably one of the worst case scenarios there.
Blue shell can be pretty bad because if you shoot it, it comes back and hits you because you're in first.
Right.
But Mark would have released it in the tunnel to make sure it didn't do that.
Okay, so this next skip over here that's coming up is really kind of the first big RNG component for this run. I essentially need to get a star, and in order to do that, I'm actually going to drop back into 8th place at the beginning of this race. Alright, so I didn't get a star, so I'm going to sit there and kind of spam these items until I get one. That's kind of the worst possible scenario. So now I got this golden shroom, and the golden shroom basically means you can't get another item for like 9 seconds. So I just have to advance forward and then try it again.
The star skip would be helpful on either the first or second lap.
Right.
So yeah, he's trying to get a star to basically execute a glitch,
Oh my
a shortcut.
gosh. This is really bad luck. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
this is pretty bad luck.
This is really bad.
Yeah.
Hey.
There we go.
Gosh, this is going to be really slow. So there's really nothing you can do in a normal run like this to manipulate which item you get other than being at a certain place. So 8th place is actually the place that will give you the highest chance of getting a star. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive backwards into this tunnel, wait till the key 2 shows up, which is right about now. I'm going to activate my star, and then I just skipped a lap. So, and funnily enough, that glitch is actually built into the game. It was actually programmed into the game. So I think originally they wanted you to drive around this bend right here and then activate it while crossing, but it's actually much faster to drive in the other end and then turn around. So I'm doing a fast reset here to skip the trophy presentation.
He actually turned the system on and off, which is a little faster than hitting reset.
Okay, so this track has a pretty technical glitch, and I'm going to try to execute it, and then I'm going to try to explain it if I do it correctly. So,
If you want us to try to explain what you're doing, let me know.
oh my gosh. CPU, please. All right.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
so what I did there is I actually intentionally missed the start boost to line the traffic up, and then I got stuck in the wall, and then when the key 2 puts you back down, the fence actually loses hit detection for a few frames, and I'm going to try to do the second part. And I got it. So what happened is when you actually do that glitch, if you stay above the road, you kind of on the bottom right mini map, you kind of see where the track crosses. If you stay above the track when you do that first glitch, Mario, please.
Jeez.
Oh my
Oh no!
RNG, man.
Yeah.
So
The guy you lapped already.
Yeah. So for the laps 2 and 3, if you do the glitch correctly on lap 1, basically all you need to do is drive out a little ways past the start line and get stuck.
Nice. Yeah, it's hard to get in there. That was really smooth. Yeah, so Mark was alluding to it. When he got put back down by Lakitu the first time on the first lap, he was able to take advantage of the fact that while Lakitu's still on the screen, he can't pick you up again. It's called the Lakitu effect. So he was able to drive off the road and get back onto the road underneath. And we don't even know why that second part works, but oddly it doesn't work in version 1.0 of the Japanese game. So they fixed something in the later versions that actually broke that. Really don't know why.
All right, so this next track has a glitch that's probably one of the more common glitches that people might know about. It's actually one of the more easy glitches to perform in this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive back immediately to this bridge. I'm going to stop. I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to jump directly from the bridge into the snow without touching the road. I'm going to cross the finish line and then get stuck. And then when Lakitu puts me back down, he's going to put me down, and I'm now a lap ahead. So, and then I repeat that process 3 times, and the race is over. So
yeah, it thinks he's at the end of the last lap each time it puts him back down, because it never established him as being at the end of the track.
Good job.
all right, so this next track coming up has one of the more fickle shortcuts in the game, and I had Drew actually do some task testing on it to see, if there's any kind of rhyme or reason to hitting it, and Drew kind of found some interesting results. So maybe I'll let him tell you a little bit more about that.
Sure, so this is, I think the first time we'll see Mark going for a jump off of a wall. And it's one of the harder jumps. It's really, as he said, fickle. Basically, if you get it lined up just perfectly, you have 2 frames, or about 1/15th of a second to hit the jump button. Wow,
Nice.
okay, got that.
So that's actually
That's the slightly easier version, but that's still really hard, and also has a lot of RNG related to it. So what was really weird in my task testing is that you could be presented with something where you can't hit it you can't jump in the right frame, even though it looks like you've lined it up perfectly. So there's a random nature to whether it will let you jump. Oh.
Ooh.
When you see them tumble like that, as far as I could tell from my testing, if you tumble after jumping like that, you timed the jump properly, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Can I get a donation or 2 in here?
yeah.
So, we have a $60 donation from Anonymous. My mom survived breast cancer a few years ago. Donating here for good luck that she stays healthy. Also, love your event. Great job and beat cancer's ass.
How often do you think you're able to hit that other one?
I've had runs where I do all 3, and that's like 1 in 1,000. Other times, I'm usually pretty happy with just 1 of 3. So it just wasn't meant to be today, I guess.
Yeah, the first one, it takes a huge jump and a lot of luck. But getting that second wall twice, that's really good. That's a pretty solid run. It's one of the shortest courses in the game. And it has maybe a pretty well-known shortcut to jump across the middle, but it's very, very hard to do.
And also, it requires a speed item like a shroom or a star, which is RNG dependent. So.
True. And saves not much time.
Yeah, it's actually not a lot of gain for just a little bit of risk. Actually, I got some now, so maybe I can try some on the last lap here. I was sandbagging for items there. Not really. All right.
Clearly.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, that was pretty good.
It was closer than it looked, honestly. You get to the very top of that wall and you just go through it.
Yeah, you actually go through the wall, oddly. But Mark was smart to save 2 mushrooms so that when he used one for the attempt and another for the recovery.
I have a $50 donation from MCM that just says, "Screw cancer." Thanks for helping everybody.
All right, so this track probably has another pretty well-known shortcut where you can actually jump over this first wall, which I will try to demonstrate. There we go.
Nice.
All right, but it also has another trick that may not be as well known. You can actually jump right back over if you time it correctly. And it's actually not even just based on timing. It actually has, there we go.
Nice.
So I actually had Drew task this one as well, just to kind of get some info on it, and I'll let him talk about that.
Nice.
Wow.
Good.
Wait for a second, I guess. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can't really ask for better than that, really.
Yeah, that was
Definitely
really good.
the second jump back over the wall is a lot harder than it looks.
It's hard not only in getting the timing because it's about 1/15 of a second, but also you have to just get lucky. From what I could tell, even if you're lined up what looks to be well, the game might still just not let you jump and you tumble back. But I think that was about 30 seconds ahead of where Mark says he normally likes to be.
Yeah, I mean,
Over,
I'm
under?
generally
20
happy with
seconds?
anything under a minute, but anything in the 30s is pretty outstanding, I think. There's actually no shortcuts on this track, so if you want to read some more donations, you can.
Okay. I have a $20 donation from Robert, who says, "My little sister was diagnosed with cancer, and it's been a rough time. Thank you to all the speedrunners for helping in a great cause, and shut up and take my money." I have another $20 donation from Gregory, who says, "Today I took my dad to the Regional Cancer Center for his monthly treatment and was saddened by the more than a dozen cancer patients receiving treatment. But I was happy to see them receiving the best treatment from the great doctors there. I've been sharing this marathon with many people and have been updating my dad on how much has been raised daily, which brings a constant smile to his face. A huge thank you for the event, and we look forward to it every year. Keep up the amazing work." Thank you, Gregory. And if you are sharing our marathon, please do so with the hashtag AGDQ2014.
You know, one thing I'll point out, when he's kind of bumping off those walls, it doesn't matter too much. The main thing is really to keep that like rev all the way up and kind of maintain his speed.
Yeah, and if you fall in the water there, you get turned into an ice cube, and it takes a while. So it was good that he didn't fall in at all. You can get hit by those penguins, hit by an item. He's jumping some cracks.
Yeah, one thing
there.
also you have to adjust to on 150cc is just random items getting dropped on you, things you aren't anticipating.
All right, so there are 2 glitches on this track that I'm going to try to exploit here. Okay, so the first one, what I did is I jumped over the water and I got warped up to this ramp up here. And that saves about 12, 13 seconds.
So essentially the game thought he had attempted the jump and missed it, so it put him back at the ramp.
The second one right there, I just actually warped from up to the top of the ramp down below. And that one actually only saves like a second, but it's still kind of fun to do. So it's actually a pretty risky thing to do. So
It's particularly risky in time trials with the slower speed, but
okay,
it's
so
still
I kind
very
of
hard.
screwed up my approach here, so I'm just going to set this up. So there's actually a polygon line, and you have to hit just to the right of the polygon line.
Yeah, this kind of like captures the spirit of a lot of the kind of exploits, more or less, with this game. Is there's just certain polygons which two can be right next to each other, and one is treats it like you came from this area, the other is the opposite. It's kind of random.
Yeah. So similar to Koopa Troopa Beach, there's actually a finish line manipulation glitch there that you can only do with a boo on this track.
I didn't know that. Nice.
I know you're explaining a bunch of stuff now, but when you get a second, we've got people asking you to explain what a TAS is for them.
Okay. Drew's the expert, so I'll let him explain.
So TAS stands for Tool Assisted Speedrun. So Mark was asking me to do tests with TAS, which means I used an emulator with save states, which let me pause the game and then test a variety of scenarios. And I could advance very slowly through the game and test things and then redo them. So that's how I could tell that, hey, if you run at this wall, even if it looks like you're lined up properly, there's no opportunity to jump it successfully.
All right, this track also has no shortcuts, so if you want to read some donations, now's a good time.
Okie dokie. I have a $50 donation from Nesukin. There are many serious stigmata about the gaming community in today's world. Our hobby is frequently blamed for a number of ills. But seeing that AGDQ is going strong for such a noble cause should be proof enough that such accusations are effectively baseless. A big thank you to everybody involved in the event for being the heroes you are, be it 8 or 64-bit. Have fun smashing that $500,000 goal. Thank you very much for your donation.
Not to be lost with all the focus on all these kind of shortcuts and things is that see Mark's racing really fast.
Yeah, and he's cutting a lot of those thwomps. There's some that follow you. There's others that are on some sort of a pattern, but there's a lot of motion in that room we just went through, including the fact that in 150cc, unlike in time trials, they add another thwomp in the middle.
Troll banana.
One issue you got to navigate a bit also with this game is frame rate, and sometimes it varies like while you're racing, so you just have to kind of adjust.
Yeah, and Bowser's Castle is actually one of the worst offenders for frame rate.
There's that third thwomp.
Yeah, I was cutting it a little too close. Had to play it safe.
We have a $10 donation that simply asks, have you ever done these tricks when playing against your friends?
Yes, but actually, a lot of the people I play against are sitting behind me, and they know how to do them too, so it's an even playing field. So.
Okay.
He's got a lot better at them lately.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be even after all the practice he's been putting in.
I have a $20 donation that says, my mother suffered from breast cancer when I was a child. I'll never forget how it affected my family. I love what you guys are doing. Keep the stream going. Can I get a Leroy?
Leroy!
Thank you, Kenneth.
Okay, so this track actually has a pretty big glitch in it. It's a full lap skip. So I'm gonna turn around like on Frap and go backwards. And I'm gonna try to line this up here for consistency's sake. Yeah, a little too far left.
Get it?
No.
That was tight.
Okay, I'll try it again. All right, there you go. So actually, I just skipped a lap. So I'm now.
He's basically at the end of the first lap
Yeah.
now.
So if I do that 3 more times, I should finish the race. Actually, 2 more times. So I just completed lap 1. And this trick is actually pretty difficult to do.
Yeah, that was really smooth. And
Yeah,
to land in the tunnel is really hard.
Yeah,
So you
so-
can get the lap to trigger, but then fall in the water outside.
Nice.
Yeah, that was really good.
So that was pretty good first lap.
Yeah, first lap I
Otherwise-
was just slightly off, just by a few pixels.
Yeah, just
so.
barely. I thought you were going to get hit right, almost.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anyone do that better on 150 cc.
Just a little bit of a fact from the Prevent Cancer Foundation here. Each year, more than 1.6 million Americans will be diagnosed with cancer, and 580,000 will die from the disease. However, it is proven that with 60% of cancer cases, research will help reduce that fact by over 50%. So that's the sort of thing that we're working towards here, folks. Let's get those donations in to help them.
He just wants any speed item at all. would be good at
Any
this
speed
point.
item.
Oh my god.
Triple shrooms would be the
All right.
best.
I
Well,
got one. So that was really bad RNG. I've gotten terrible RNG this whole run, but basically what I'm trying to do is optimally I would have got triple shrooms right there. I would have turned around. Basically there's a shortcut. That's not a shortcut.
That's not even short. That's just
Yeah.
that's just routine.
Yeah.
Apparently.
yeah.
So there's a shortcut on this map that requires a speed item like a star or a mushroom. So I'll try to demonstrate here.
Ultimately, he's got a pretty small mark to hit, a small target.
And it's harder with the star.
He's got it.
All right,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
So I just skipped a lap. There's a dark line on that far wall, and if you hit that dark line, basically there's kind of two things you're looking for. You're looking to hit that dark line or pretty close to it, and you're looking for a bounce left.
The left is the key.
Sometimes the CPU can kind of get in your way on that hairpin jump there. So
Yeah, there's a pretty consistent trend with a lot of these exploits where you're just tricking the game into thinking you're at the end of a lap when you're really still at the beginning one.
And then he cut left down into the grass there because it's actually just a shorter path on the third lap. It wouldn't be shorter. You'd be stuck down there if it was a prior lap.
Yeah, the finish line is basically like just a broad plane that you want to just hit as soon as you can.
and there's also no shortcuts on this track either. So this would probably be a good time to read donations.
Pretty smooth driving through the bat house there. We'll take a little bit of a risky jump across that one crack. And it seems always that the guardrails are never where you need them to be if you happen to hit a banana peel or something on this level.
Oh my God!
I shouldn't have said anything.
Well,
I don't know what I could have done there, but
that's actually the place where you want to place banana peels if you're playing your friends.
yeah,
Yeah, the computers knew it, I guess.
I'm taking notes.
Can I squeeze in one quick donation here? Okay. We got a $20 donation from someone who wishes to remain anonymous. He says, my Veterans Club recently handed out Legos to the children at an hospital infusion center. It's very touching to see how strong these true warriors are. This is a great cause. I cannot wait for 007. Proximity mines all day. Just from me, I'd like to say that you've mentioned here that you are an Iraq vet. Thank you very much for your service. My personal thanks go out to all the men and women in the military around the world. You're just as much the heroes as we are.
It was a good last lap.
All right, so coming up is another shortcut that I think most people might be familiar with if they played this game. It's the jump across the gap here from the top of the track down to the bottom. So hopefully I can.
It's a little trickier on 150 cc actually.
The timing's different when you're used to time trials.
So one of the kind of tricky parts about that jump in 150cc is that if you don't do anything to reduce your speed, it's really easy to overshoot. So one of the little kind of tips that I have is if you're trying it, I'm going to feed DK here real quick. There you go. What I do is I let go of A like just a few frames before I jump. So there's actually another glitch that was actually a task glitch that I kind of just recently tried to incorporate into this run, and it involves hitting myself with a green shell over the rail and skipping a lap. So I'm going to attempt it here, but I haven't really practiced it a whole lot, so just kind of keep your fingers crossed.
Mark's the only person hitting this, so it's pretty impressive if he hits it at all. Oh, that was so close.
Try it again.
That's basically exactly what you want to do, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, the kind of bounces you get when you wipe out like that are kind of a little bit chaotic and random.
Oh, okay. All right. So basically, I have a pretty small time frame there. Okay. So basically, I need to get green. I can only get green shells when I'm in like first or second place. So the CPU was kind of fast approaching, and I kind of have a small window. So I'm just gonna go around again and try to get it on the last lap here. Just need some decent RNG.
Mm-hmm. This is another trick where it's helpful on laps 1 and 2. But not lap 3. DK was hungry? Still?
He's always hungry.
He's got like 8 bananas.
What about the incentive?
Come on, green shells, please.
Yeah. Either a single's good.
I think it was just.
So the single green shell is a little bit maybe harder to use because the triples you can shoot all 3 off and one of them is bound to hit you. The timing needs to be more precise with the single. Yeah, this will be time soon.
Yeah, so time on my mark. Now.
Yeah, that third lap looks a little better, right?
Spectacular on the last lap.
What was the time? 32:56.
It's good.
Well,
Yeah, not bad.
That's pretty good. All right, that a wrap?
All right, so I'm just going to do a few plugs here. If you're at all interested in running time trials for the Mario Kart series, all games, check out MarioKart64.com. We do time trial rankings for all the games. And if you're interested at all for competing in GoldenEye or Perfect Dark, check out the-elite.net. And be sure to check out Goose and Alex Base Boost GoldenEye run on Friday night, Saturday morning. And check out Boss's Perfect Dark run at the same time. So,
Think about the Mario Kart 64 site. It's actually had like people submitting times and competitive rankings since I think like '98 or something like that. Like,
I think there's like 900 people ranked on Mario Kart 64.
yeah.
huge community. All right.
Was the incentive hit on the extra, or?
Nah, I don't
Was
think-
there? Yeah. What's the incentive status for Toad's Turnpike Extra?
We sadly did not make the
Okay.
incentive.
Okay.
We got 1,500 out of the allocated 25.
Looks good.
Thank you to those that did donate for the
Yeah,
run,
that's a lot of money.
however.
I just also wanted to thank you for everyone who's participating in this. It's a great cause, and it kind of transcends gaming in general. So it's nothing more to say than thank you. So.
All right, I think we're done here, or is there anything else?
Let the credits play out.
All right, let's savor it.
I like
Good
the music.
credits. Yeah.
Well, since we're going over the credits, I'll just say I've got a donation here from a Lawrence who says, I can't believe the homeroom said Leroy and there wasn't a single Jenkins. I'm donating to get closure on that.
Leroy Jenkins!
There you go, Lawrence. I know, I felt
There
a
were
bit
some
wrong,
murmurs
didn't
of
it?
it.
Like, let's be honest. Does anybody have chicken? No? It's true, it's true. I got a $50 donation from Sebastian, who says, I've been watching all day and most of yesterday, and it actually got the girlfriend interested in speed gaming, and she's been watching it with me. Much love for the cause. Good for you, Sebastian. I got a $50 donation from Anonymous, who says, I hope this helps to beat cancer once and for all. I got a $20 donation from Kai. I hope that's how it's pronounced. My mother passed away from cancer when I was younger. I'd spent my childhood watching her play the first Mario and Zelda games and grew up playing alongside her until her passing. You guys are awesome to help rack up these funds, and game on. Now, is there someone down there that would recognize the name Jonesy?
That'd be me.
Okay. We have someone called Regular MG who says, Jonesy, you are my hero. Boost it!
Boost it! Thanks, MJ.
Thank you again to all of our donors. And while I have been talking, I've been mentioning a few sponsors. There is one I haven't mentioned yet, and that is GameSpot, who graciously donated the cameras that you see us using around for the marathon. They are responsible for the high quality of the stream picture, and we cannot thank them enough. So our thanks go out to GameSpot, to Twitch, and to the Yeti. That's theyeti.com, THEYETEE.com/SDA. And $3 from the sale of each shirt over at the Yeti goes to the PCF. So our thanks to those. And once again, I will say you do not need to donate to be entered to prizes specifically for the prizes. Any donation you make that meets the incentive level will enter you. Please use that money to get to donation incentives. We track everything else here on site. So if you donate at least $50, you will be eligible to win one grand prize. If you donate at least $100, you will be eligible to win 2 grand prizes. And if you donate at least $150, you will be in the running for